Perfect. Okay, we're gonna start with your, let's do like a little arms reaching up and heel raises. So that looks good. Inhale, lift up both heels and just kind of let yourself warm up. With your up, see how your body is when you lift your heels and when your arms go up and down. Keep going. I'm gonna adjust my mat and up. And up. Good. Waking up the ankles, waking up the shoulders, up and down, and up and down. And inhale and exhale. Nice. And now this is with long knees, but they are soft. Up, and then just change it up. Go forward, up, and open. And in a front, and then open to the sides. Good. And maybe your heels will get higher now. And up, one more each way. Come up. Hello, Michelle. And out. And then take a little bit of a wider stance and just go over a few times. It's kind of like you're painting the sky. You're just getting some blood flow in the joints. Oh my goodness. Ooh. And over. And over. And you notice you can go a little further maybe. Touch. And touch. Now let your hands go to your thighs. Good. And just round and lift and extend. Round. Inhale. And nice. Now both sets of feet are going to face forward and we're just going to do a little. Now if you can, bring an arm up and circle. And not only is it an inner thigh and a knee and an ankle warmer upper and hip warmer upper and quads and hamstrings, but you're also adding coordination, which is good since we're exercising, a good way to prevent dementia. Okay, let's do one and just go all the way up. Go up and then walk your little feet in and go all the way up to your tippy toes and lower back down. We're gonna grab a set of weights now. We're gonna go out to about a 3, 4, or 5 pound weight. We're gonna do a little lateral raise here. We're gonna go out like a T. So let's do this and down. Good. And then out and exhale. This is good for shoulders. And out. 5. From the side, your knees are soft. 6, you can see they're long but soft. Your abs are toned right below the ribs. 7. 8. 9. Good, relaxing the neck. 10. Try 5 more. 11. 12. 13. 14. Now, on the 15th, leave it down. And Michelle, we warmed up our calves a little bit, but so we're adding on to that warm up without any weight in our hand. So just add the weight in your hand to your calf raise. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, take this down and just take your arms kind of like a loose leaves in the wind and take 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. We're going to take a heavier weight for the biceps. So a heavier weight for the biceps. Maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. And pull up with your exhale. And it's okay to do more or fewer reps. That's one way to make use of the fact that we're all different. The idea that we feel some fatigue towards the final repetition, but that we still have good form. If it's not good form, then we're done, and we can't correct it, then we're done. So we just go to good form, but fatigue. The thing about biceps is the gravity is going to try to pull the weight down, but right here, you're in control. You're not just yanking your arm down. Good. Everybody's up tall. That looks good. 9. This is a carrying muscle, a holding muscle. 10, 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, and 15. Now lower that. Get rid of that. Take an arm over and add a little rotation. And I like to even add the hands, the arms can rotate. Inhale. Now on your exhale, we're gonna go to the other side. Up and over and add 2. Inhale. And exhale, let it down. And a little shoulder roll. We're gonna take those same weights from earlier and do a front raise, or you could do 1 pound lighter. So let's say it's probably gonna be a 3, 4, or 5. Take your inhale and pull, or exhale to pull forward. So 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Lower those down. Take a moment. You can take the fingers behind you and interlace and lift up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. And then just shake it out. Take a heavier weight. So probably the same one you had in your bicep curl. And elbows go up. And elbows go up. Good. This is upright row. Make sure your wrists are happy. Neck is soft. Knees are soft. Seventeen, 18, 19, and then this time see if you can add a calf raise with these. You go up and you control it down, and you go up, so now you have effectively more weight you're lifting. 3 and 4, good. 5, good. Everybody's ankles look like they've gotten stronger. See how it's a little easier to negotiate this weight up and down without quickly rushing to the ground. This is good. Exhaling, knees soft. 19. And let's go down. Let's put the weights down. Let that down. And then take one arm across and move your wrist kind of like you're just drawing a circle. And we'll go the other way. Now we're going to take the arm across, help out with the other hand, and circle. And circle. Good. You got it. You can just shake it out as well. Nice. We'll go up. And once you're up, you can also add a lean. Go up and add a lean if you'd like. Oh my goodness, isn't it nice? Get rid of it. Anything you need, any kind of tension, releasing. Good. All right. We're going to do an overhead press next. So probably a smaller weight, 3, 4, or 5. Put your hands in front of you and push. And push. Yep. Nice. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Let that go. Really good. Take those down for just a moment. We're going to grab a sip. If you need a sip, grab a sip. And we're going to do a tricep press, which is going to be those two weights behind us. So if you ever didn't have two weights or you just want to mix up, you can always do one, but we're going to do one together in a moment. So two smaller weights at this moment, press and bend. Now, because our arms are overhead, the low back will tend to be lordotic. So soften the knees, pull the pubic bone up a little, pull the ribs down a little. And 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now triceps are working, and 15. Good. Let that down. Let's take this stretch we took earlier where you pat yourself on the back and then you lean. And you go up and over and you lean. Yeah. Good. And then let those down and take a little breather. Now, a heavier weight for this, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10. I'll show you why. It's going to be a bent over row. So I'm going to show you real close. See how your knees are bent? And look at your back, it's flat. It's just not rounded here. Now really be heel heavy dominant. So pull up. It's kind of like you're starting a lawnmower. So your legs have some tone. You're lifting your heart, you're lifting your sit bones so that you're not rounded. Exhale, exhale. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to lower that down. Now put your hands on your thighs any way you can and then round. Now you're rounding because your hands are supporting you. So if you round without some support, it's called unsupported forward flexion, and it's not great for your back. So this one, you have hands helping you hold your body weight. And so you can concentrate on flexibility and you're not holding the body weight over. All right, now curl up a vertebra at a time. Walk up, big stretch up, inhale, and even back. If you can do a little upper back bend, go for it, inhale. Sway right. Yeah, and sway left. And one more time, go right. It's like a breath of fresh air. And go left. Okay, let it down. Now we're going to do wall push-ups, but it could also be couch or table. I'm going to use a wall because I don't have a table in here that's sturdy enough to hold me. You're going to bend your elbows and push, and bend and push, and bend and push, and inhale and exhale, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now we're going to take some variations here. So that was the first variation, interlace, and let me just tell you about the next one while we're stretching. The next one is going to be a spring. So it's a, you come away, your hands land softly and you come away. You land softly and you come away. So it's pliancy, elasticity in the upper body. 1. So you land as if There's a sleeping child in the other room and you don't want to wake them up. So you land like a mountain lion, soft and springy. If that's too hard, just go back to your push-ups. Feel your abs help you. And we're shooting for at least 15 here. So I've got us at 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Now once you're up, take your arm over and even cross your leg, and it's a little plyometric move. And also good for our brain to do different things, but good for the muscles. If you've ever seen someone fall and they fall really good, like a tumbler or maybe, I don't know, a wrestler or something, they kind of roll. They don't just land rigidly. So we're keeping those kind of systems in our body. Reach up, and you can add rotation. Reach, reach, reach. Like someone's pulling your arm. And then come up. Now the next one can be a heel raise if you do not want to do this, but we are going to do a little squat here. So sit back and pull. So if squats aren't your thing, you can do leg raises or heel raises. At this point, you're going to take heels heavy. Both of the heels are heavier than the toes. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now the backup plan is to do kicks, or you can take a heel heavy squat and do 1. And do 2, and it's almost like you're pushing up the ceiling, and 3, and you're pulling down a rope, and 4, and you're pushing up the ceiling. 5, push, pull. 6. Now our legs are the thing we're mostly 7 concentrating on. 8, but we're adding in those arms. 9 and 10. Really good. Now walk the feet in. We're going to take a single leg balance because that's so important for preventing falls. We are going to add a movement to this in a moment. So we'll do our tree. Another way to make this harder is to stand on, let's say you have a yoga mat. You could fold your mat a few times if you wanted more challenge. If you have enough challenge, then don't worry about what I just said. Okay, stay here, but stay in tree with your legs, but let your hands come down. Now, if you can add on, rotate away from the knee that's in the air. Take another inhale. Face forward and let that down. Perfect. Try the other one, foot up. And the tree pose or one-legged balance is something that you can do every day. Maybe just waiting for coffee to brew. Looking good, guys. Oof, looking great. Take another inhale. That's okay, Jean. When you're ready, get your hands back at your heart area. Rotate away, but try to keep that tree leg in the air. Take another inhale. And then when you're ready, come back and lower that foot. Woo! Really good. Now we're going to take the dynaband or elastic tubing, whichever you have. We're going to take the dynaband or elastic tubing, heels, up and down, and up and down, and exhale. Now knees are soft, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Good, and just make sure your wrists feel good. So it could be hammer, it could be supinated like me. Sometimes it depends on what you have, dynabands or tubings as to what's comfortable. Neck is soft though. Let's do 5 more as a bonus. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, now we're gonna take, I'm gonna get in close, take your band and put it behind. I like to put the other hand around the low back. Nothing should hurt, so with the shoulders down the back. Press up, and 2, and 3, good, and 4, looks great, Betty, posture, everybody looks good, 6, yep, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now switch it. Take this hand, catch it, this hand low, push up. The remedy to make it harder is let your bottom hand grab more band. The remedy to make it easier is let that hand reduce some slack, or release some slack. 6, 7, neck is soft. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to take this band. This is another one I think you could do every day, or you can, there's no thinking, you can. That shoulder blades down and back, it's a high benefit. So I want you to see, look at that, that is so good. See how it's exactly opposite of how people get drawn forward. Find another angle. Now you may have to widen your grip, we're gonna do 3 different angles. And then low. All right, now this is dynamic. Okay, go up and back. Stretch out at the part that's hard if you need to. Stretch your band wider if you need to. Good job. 2. 1 more. Good. All right. Now, once you get some blood flow going, palms towards you, stand on the band with a couple of heels. For most of us, if you need it easier, 2, 1, elbows out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jean, go elbow wide, go elbow out. Yep, that a girl. Good. Now notice your wrist. You don't have to keep it vertical. Sometimes that would feel not comfortable. So it's okay that the wrist just be in line with your forearm. So for me, it's kind of at a cant, 45 degrees. Take another. Now let that go. Let one end go. Let's grab a sip and then come back to shoulders. So grab a sip. Take your heels out, arm out, 2, shoulders. Now the hand is slightly ahead of your body. It's not behind you. Neck is soft. 6, 5. Other side, 20. Neck is soft. Knees are soft. Take it to the other heel. Now, whatever heel you're on, it is generally nicer lying to have that same hand. So let's say your right hand has it, your right heel is stepping on the band. This one's real easy to lean, but you don't want to. You want to stay upright. There's a little bit of tone here when you have it upright. 6, knees soft. 7, you can make it harder by resisting gravity. 8, in other words, going down slower. 10, just 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, other side. All right. Now, go forward. 15, 2, 3, 4, knees soft. 5, 6, 7, that's the muscle. 8, but not the neck. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, give a little roll. Now we're gonna take the band behind our back. Okay, palms face up. Now go out, we're gonna do a little pattern and then go forward. Now when you go out, you're still going forward a bit. It's just kind of a diagonal forward. So this is straight ahead and this is out 45 degrees or so. Forward, good, forward, forward, neck soft, forward, and now. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, take those arms and put them back and find a fabulous place to stretch. 5, 4, 3, we're going to add on to this, 2. Now if you can, add on a little roll, or sorry, a little rock and roll, a little rotation. Inhale, and then let that go. Keep it handy, but what we're going to do is another set of push-ups, but this one's going to be real narrow. So if your elbows tend to go out, you're going to tell right away. Your arms actually touch your ribs. So 15, if you can, it's going to be more triceps. Then you're on the wall, or you're on your couch or your counter, something that doesn't move. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! When you're ready with your 15, just meet me back. Perfect, arms open. Now, before we go down, before we do seated, grab another weight that's heavier. What we're gonna do is the overhead press, but with one weight that's heavier. So you have, let's say, an 8-pound instead of 2 4s, or you have a 6-pound instead of 2 3s, or a 10-pound instead of 2 5s. That would be an example. And I'm just down, Betty, because, yeah, but you can do it there as long as your back is comfortable. Yep, up. I just came down because once I got in closer, I thought it'd be easier than tilting the screen. Neck is soft. Push. And lengthen. 5, give it a length. 4, yeah, give it that extra inch, Betty. 3, this is such an important muscle group. 2, 1. So if we were to fall, that's what can catch you a lot of times. So lack of tricep strength was found to be a high predictor in hip fractures in women, because if your tricep can't catch you, then you fall on a microarchitectural hip. Now we do hip balances and we do hip abductions and we do leg work. So we're strengthening that area too, and those bones. We want the whole picture to be good. So we do coordination, we do calves. Now you can have a seat this time. Grab your band so that when you sit, you can, and also let's grab a sip so that when you sit, you can put the band or bands, because this one's back, around your feet. You know, I'm actually going to move it in closer. Why not? All right, so you're going to put your band around your feet. I'm going to also grab a sip. And you're going to cross the band so it's an X. You see how that is? Don't even worry if you have handles, don't even worry about holding them. You want to hold close enough to your feet that when you pull, you've got some tension. Stay there. I'm going to demo how you could do this with two. You can also do this with two springs if you want, because the back is a stronger area and we're bending the lever, the elbow. Exhale and exhale. Neck is soft. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, you only need one band for this one, of course, but if you uncross them, they're parallel. Lean back, bend your elbows. Yep. Bend your elbows. Yeah, bend your elbows, Jean, but leave them in the same place. Yeah, so don't pull them. Yeah, there you go. That's more bicep. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3. Now sit up. Cross them again. Now, it may be that you have the palm up for comfort, or like a hammer grip. Whatever helps you. You're going to open up your elbows. Sorry, you're going to keep your elbows glued, but you're going to open up your forearms. This is external rotation. Look at everybody's posture, how good. That's it, your ears in line with your shoulder. Nice. And Jean, keep your forearm parallel to the floor, and so it opens and doesn't go down. So it's parallel. Yeah, 90 degrees at the humerus. Okay, now, depending on your band strength, you can cross them and open your arms, but if that's too hard, open them and then open your arms. So just find out what works for you. Open, open, open. This is rear shoulder. Why is this so hard? Because we don't work this in everyday life. That's why we're going after it. The everyday life does not ask our back body to work much. And if you notice, so many things are automated. Grocery doors, you don't even have to open them half the time anymore, right? Or 90% of the time. Car doors, you don't even have to open them. You don't even have to go into a bank anymore. So there's a lot of things that we have automated. Let's take a stretch. That because of that, it's easier to get weaker. So you have to, you don't have to, you could just be weak. But to keep your strength and to gain strength, you have to go after it, because it doesn't happen in daily life as much anymore. 5, 4. All right, now gently come up and put your feet out. So while I thought about it, there is an increase in people with orthopedic injuries in the neck from, and one association cause was when people load up their forearms with a bunch of grocery bags and try to make it all in one trip to the house. That can cause some neck issues. I had a lady come to class that when I made that statement in class, she said that that's what her orthopedic surgeon told her neck surgery was from, or her injury was from, was doing that. So Make multiple trips if you have to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now this is just going to be an inner thigh stretch. And you know, the stretches is also just a way to release tension. So do any kind of shake that you need. Ten. Good, Jean. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently come back up. Now have your weights handy. We're going to do some lying down chest presses. So we are, grab a sip as well. So we're going to be lying on our back, feet on the floor. It's going to be probably a heavier weight. 5, 6, 7, 8. Push up, 9, 10, somewhere in there even. And push. And push. And push. And push. And 5. And 6. Now the feet on the floor helps you keep your ribs down on the floor. Elbows touch and push. The two ends that say the weight number on them are kissing at the top over the sternum. Bend 90 degrees and then straighten. Okay, we're going to take a full body stretch, arms long, stretch, 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 wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ah. Move through your ankles, move through your toes, shake it out. We're going to do a anterior or chest fly, so I'll show you before I put the weight in. It's going to look more like this. So let your feet, grab a weight and let your feet be on the floor. Grab 2 weights. Now touch, all 4 of your weight ends are touching up here. Both ends are touching. So open, don't let the hands touch the floor. You've got this circular motion in your body as you close, as you open. Exhale. Elbow might touch the floor, but your hands do not and your weights do not. You can tell how it feels heavier the lower you go. So really make sure your weight's safe enough that you don't have to poke your shoulder forward or poke your ribs off the mat, or that your weight would take over your hands. Open. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take it out and take a stretch when you're ready. Full body stretch when you're ready. Okay. Now use your abdominals to come up. We are going to use our foam roller for a little bit. So I need to get mine. Grab a sip if you need it. Mine's in the corner. Take a posture. You know, we have to do posture because that's my shtick. So one of the focuses that we do every single class. I know, Betty, you mentioned you notice I do some of the postures similar no matter what, and I really do have a bias towards posture. When I was a little girl, I saw people were folded over, and I did not understand that. And I remember asking, like, what do I have to do not to be rounded? What do I have to do not to have an upper back that's round? So it's been an unusual interest my whole life, and it is reversible. I'm always rooting for the creative, clever solutions where there seems to be a ubiquitous problem. This is something you can do about. So lift up. When you're with your peers and you see someone rounded, just let that contrast be a reminder that you can stand up, you can sit up tall, you can lift your posture. Now with your lift, you notice your triceps are working. Your neck is not. Your neck has a little tone, but it doesn't have any tension. Your hamstrings have tension. Now stay up once you're in a good place, and 10. You should feel your triceps because we work them today. Yeah, good, Michelle. And lower. You wouldn't think this one would work it, but when when you've been working them, you say, oh yeah, this works it. Go up. The triceps are responsible to keep the elbow with an extension, and this is a sustained extension for sure. Breathe into your upper back. Notice how good that feels to have a good posture. It is mood as well. And lower. We're going to do it again. Go up. Your body recognizes this extension as a let's go, green light somatype it's called, or let's go, it's confident. We want more of these. And let go. Now child pose of your choice. Your child pose for me, I'm going to put my arms on the foam roller. Okay, we're going to add on. So go back down. So your triceps are, I think they're going to feel it tomorrow and the next day. So go up. Now leave one arm down and your hand touches your hamstring on the same side, and then it goes back to the roller. Now your other hand touches the hamstring on the same side. Now work at your own pace, alternating. Lift your upper back. Make sure your neck, there are no wrinkles back there. There is no tension. Your shoulder blade is down the back. And inhale. Pelvis is neutral. Both arms on and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower. Child pose. Press your hips back. Okay, just take the foam roller on your other side of your shins. We're going to do a little bit core and let the forearms be on the mat. Take a sip if you need. I'm going to also move mine out of the way. You're going to be in a plank, but your toes are towards each other. Your foam roller is closer to your high shin and your ankles, and you can bend your knees under and then straighten them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now rest any way you want. It's also a good chance to adjust your mat. Now we're going to do a hip hike, which is a pike. It's an abdominal. Elbows down, toes towards each other. Go up and then back to plank, and up, back to plank, and up, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. Now we're going to do knees to the corner plank, knees to the corner plank. It's going to be more oblique, so let your elbows down. Take your knees to the corner plank, knees to the corner plank, knees, knees, abs, obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Woo! Adjust your mat any way you need to. Now we're going to take a hip hike to the corner. So forearms down. Now lift your hips, but kind of go to one corner. Now go to the other corner, plank up to a corner, diagonal pike. You should feel your abs, arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Okay, take a well-deserved stretch that is for your posture, and if you need a sip, grab a sip. Okay, now Your hands are kind of like a Y or a T. If you want a bonus, take your feet together and your knees wide. This is relaxing and stretching the front part of the body. And we know that the recipe for posture, one of the key ingredients is opening up the front of the body, the chest and the shoulders. All right, take an inhale, slide off. This is another part of the recipe. Put your hips up, opening up the hip flexors, because if they're folded, you'll do, well, sorry, if they're tight, you'll have this extra lordosis or extensive low back arch because they attach to the lumbar spine. If you can add on, extend one knee. Now when you do that, you may have to move up your body so your roller's closer to where your booty meets your hamstring. If you can, you might do 2 feet. Again, you might have to roll up some your body, but the roller's near where your glute meets your hamstring. It should be on the opposite of your hip. Your low back should not feel any tension. So it's okay if you need to bend both knees, but otherwise relax. The psoas is a primal muscle. It's really used to defending ourselves in that fight or flight, fawn, or freeze. So just let it relax. Five, and we're going to let our feet on the floor and just go up and let your back rest. Notice how that feels. Should feel a lot better. That is critical. Another thing that tight hip flexors can do is make you kind of fold it at the hinge at the torso. You'll see people kind of hinged forward. So now we're going to come up and do a stretch for the upper back. You can, let me grab a block, because you can do this with a block or a pillow too if you need it. So if you have your upper back on the top part, right where people get rounded, that's the stretch. Now you could use a block and put your head on it, or you might need a pillow underneath your booty. We're all different. So if you're and maybe push your body towards the lamp and the table I see just a little, Michelle, so that the roller's closer to the lower shoulder blades. So kind of, yeah, I think, and then your head, if you need your hands for a pillow, that's great. I'm pretty long-waisted, so I can touch the floor, so you just want to find out where you need to be, but you can use pillows and blocks. So breathe and let that upper back get a passive stretch. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now tuck your chin, use your abs, roll up. Now lie back down and see if you feel your upper back is now more on the floor.
5. Awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to put our feet back on the floor for like a little bridge. Put your foam roller underneath your booty again, and this time if you have a dynaband or a Pilates ring or a towel, grab one leg and up position and keep one leg in the low position. This is a hamstring stretch, because tight hamstrings can pull your pelvis under and create some low back pain too. And we're not just doing it for low back pain, we're doing it for just overall feeling great. You're like a lion in the wild. Strong, flexible, agile. Try moving it across the midline, that'll feel yum. Take the other. Move that leg around. 10. Yeah. Each leg is getting a stretch. Relax the shoulders. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now when you're ready, you can slowly come off of there. Move your foam roller, and you can take your legs on the wall if you want, or you can also use your foam roller as a way to lift your pelvis and go to the wall. You can do whatever you want here, just a shavasana. We're just going to take a moment to release tension, to relax the mind, and just like you're putting it on a shelf, and you're just going to enjoy the miracle of being alive. Don't worry about anything from your past or the future. Our brain naturally goes to those places of occupation, so let it enjoy a lack of resistance, just letting it enjoy a sense of being. Now, when you're ready, you can wake up your fingers and your toes. You can slowly start making your way towards a seated position that's comfortable for you. And we're going to take the inhale to open up the arms and just rotate to one side. Like the inhale open, your arms, exhale, rotate to one side. We know that upper back rotation flexibility is critical for preventing rounded upper back.
come facing me, and leave one arm across your body on the knee or floor and just take an upper back rotation, or excuse me, lateral flexion. Breathe. And just let yourself enjoy it. We'll go up and over to the other side. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, let it go. And we're just going to take a few havenings. This is a way to get delta brainwave activity in the brain. Let the breath be calm too, and you can have the benefits of brain-heart coherence, a healthy state for the body to be. Now those hands can come to your heart, and just take a moment, and we're going to set an intention to be kind to ourselves today. So if you think about, or just observe, when you're going through your day, if you say something critical to yourself that isn't necessary, or don't get your water when you're really thirsty, or don't speak up when you need something, just give yourself a playful, light look at today, and just we'll give an intention of being kind, only saying kind words, doing kind acts, asking if something is good for us, only saying yes to a request if it's really what we want. We'll just set that as our intention today. And whenever you're ready, let your eyes open and come into the room. Thank you guys so much. I hope you feel amazing, strong, and flexible. Your posture looks great. I love it. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Thanks so much. Happy day.